everyone! We're here in Mississauga and we're here at the AGM and we're going live. So we're gonna check mo nga sa Facebook. Can you check your Facebook and see dun sa group natin if we're live? So we're live! Hi! Kita mo!
I'm older.
So Yona, this is one of our nominees. Her name's Yona Harvey. So we want to ask Yona what she feels today.
Oh, I feel very excited. Yay! I wish you guys can come here. Thank you, Gretch.
Yeah. We'll see you soon. We'll go back live soon when we start our program. See you soon.
Communication.
Magandang gabi. Thank you for coming. Ako po si Joseph. Abang lingkod. Gretchen will have her concert later on tonight. So please put your hands together. Magandang gabi ulit. Sorry. Kasi Pilipinas. Okay. Thank you for registering. Thank you, Mr. Ramirez, for taking care of the registration. So, saka yung team mo dyan, sila bago na lahat, sa annual general meeting, alam niyo naman, marami tayong pinag-uusapan, lalo na sa business ng ating mahal na UPAAT. So, we would like to call on Madam Agnes. Diba? Okay, diba? Ay, sundan ko ito. So, siyempre, bago ang lahat, kailangan natin tawagan para ma-acknowledge ang ating pinagtutungtungan dito sa Canada. Di po ba? Kasi tayo karamihan sa atin, dito pinanganak. Medyo, nasi Tito Rex na dito pinanganak. Sa T-Rex kaya sa Albero kaya. Okay, so, do you have the land acknowledgement po?
Yeah. Si Helen will do the...
Oh, Helen.
But she didn't have the national.
Yeah, national anthem.
Oh, should be? Okay, kita nyo. Dito na ako. Dito na umpisa. Okay, so, sorry. Bago natin umpisahan pala ang land acknowledgement, siyempre, pakakantahin muna natin yung ating koloratura soprano. Kagagaling natin sa 10 seasons. Okay? Tita Lili ka mo. Okay. Sige, yung kolor. Tumayo po tayo.
Alright.
Hindi lang kakakanta lahat tayo kakanta, pero susundan natin yung hinandangan ni Tito Rex na T-Rex. Si T-Rex.
Magaling ka ba naman?
Napaka-suspenseful naman ito. Nakakaiyak yan. Over your breast.
sweet ka.
Oh, nakita niyo ba sa credits si Tito Rex? Malakas. Director siya eh. Government Army. Sinagawa niya tapos masasa niya pinagdadala. Kaya babahit tayo ng soka namin. Kawawa tayo. Hindi niyo ba napansin? Anybody notice nung lupang hinirang? Di ba may ang mga Pilipino nakamask? Tapos nakita niyo yung mga door-to-door box. Tapos sa Canada, hindi nyo napansin, wala nakamask. Tapos sa mga nakakahuli mga mukha ng tao. Iba talaga rito eh. I really love this country. Anyway, so sa susunod po natin sa programa, we'd like to call on one of our beloved, si Miss Helen Valderrama, para sa acknowledgement.
Yeah. Ano ko para makakapwento ka ng
Good afternoon, everybody. Today we begin this special event with a statement reflecting on the unique connections and relationships Indigenous persons and their ancestors have had with this place for thousands of years. We acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Nishnabek, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaty signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands. We thank them and other Indigenous peoples for sharing this land with us. This land acknowledgement is a small but significant way to show respect and acknowledge the presence of Indigenous peoples, past and present, a shared understanding of how our collective past brought us to where we are today will help us walk together into a better future.
Thank you. Thank you, Helen.
Yes. So, magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. Maraming salamat sa pagdalo ngayon sa ating, actually my first annual general meeting, my first term. So I'd like to actually call the meeting to order. This is a general membership meeting, so we'll be going through the official business for this year's AGM. But first, I'd like to mention to you some housekeeping rules. Nandiyan po ang ating the washrooms are here on this side, and then I think everybody is registered. So I don't think we need to tell you about anything else. You're all familiar with the Kalayaan Community Center. So nagpapasalamat ako kay Nick as the one who reserved the place for us, and also for having us on. Is there anything else you need to know para hindi kayo makapag-violate ng mga rules dito? I know you're familiar with the place and you're really an active member. So maraming salamat sa inyo. But first of all, I'd like to acknowledge ang ating mga past presidents who are here today. So, pagpakpakan natin si Joe Sagala, si Fred Gamboa, yung ating acting president ng panahon ni Fred, si Beth Vivar, nandito si Marie Pilanes, si Bai Bernabe, of course, at yung kailang esposo. Sino pa ang hindi ko na-mention? Si Marie Pilanes, sabi ko siyempre, makakalimutan ko ba yan? So, ngayon, marami talagang taong tumulong during the first year of my term. At nagpapasalamat ako sa kanilang lahat, lalo na itong mga parang dito sa table na ito. At iba pang mga tumulong sa akin na nag-guide sa akin. So anyway, all the acknowledgement of thanks to everyone who's helped the council I will do towards the end of the program. So, ito ating mga council members na nandito ngayon have also helped a lot. We all put this together. It's really a teamwork, and I will introduce them to you by one later on. But first, pupunta tayo sa ating agenda. Gusto ko tawagin si Marie, who's our secretary, to present to you the minutes, okay? But you don't have to read all of it, no? I think everybody has read it. So, have you read the minutes? I circulated it only yesterday because we don't have to go through it's a long minutes. So if you have read it, then I would just like to ask you, is there any amendment that you'd like to present to the minutes? Actually, very accurate yun kasi si Marie talagang
Makulit.
4 na beses niya paulit-ulit yung Zoom recording para magawa yung minutes natin. So, would you like to?
Magandang hapon. Ako po si Marie Masongsong. Ako po si Marie Masongsong. Hindi po ako narito sa inyong harapan upang mag-Zumba. Pero gusto ko pong i-present sa inyo yung minutes of last year's meeting. So the meeting last year was held on April 10, 2021 via Zoom. So marami pong nag-attend noon. Ilan po natin. Okay, so last year there were 60 attending members via Zoom. And the meeting was called to order by President Alice Herrera. And she opened the meeting and started it with the singing of UP Naming Mahal. Ngayon may addition tayo, mas marami tayong kinanta kanina. Welcome remarks was given by Vice President Maria Nini Alvero. And she also acknowledged the past presidents who are also here today. The council members and committees were also introduced at nagkaroon po muna ng kwentuhan. Kung naalala niyo po, last year we had Coping with COVID Stories break. Nagkaroon tayo ng breakout rooms, di po ba? The questions that were asked were, can you describe with us your life before COVID-19? How did you cope up with COVID-19? What are you hoping for the next 6 to 12 months? How do you see the future, and can you provide advice to the UPAAT members? And some of the takeaways that we had last year were impact to mental health, how we coped with hobbies during the COVID era or the COVID times, importance of support or taking advantage of EAP sa ating mga trabaho, stay at home, what we do stay at home, biking, walking around the neighborhood, discussion of Asian hate, and we also discussed opportunities despite the challenges and the disparity in terms of services. And there was also a discussion on the need to reach out to all the UPAAT members in this time of need. Nagkaroon din po ng pagbabasa, reading and approval of the minutes of the past 2020 AGM meeting held last July 18, 2020 by Natalie Wong. And the minutes of the meeting was approved by Ms. Diana Gamboa last year. The members were also introduced by the membership head, the chair, Pat Ramirez. He said that despite the pandemic, 25 new members were welcome. 15 from UP Diliman, 2 from UP Manila, and 8 from UP Los Baños. There was also a video presentation done by Ms. Alice, which was followed by her president's report. The following UPAAT programs, projects, and activities were reported by President Alice Herrera: membership engagement, webinars, creation of UPAAT committees. There were 12 scholarship recipients from the endowment funds, non-endowment funds, Adopt a Scholar program, and the Kaagapay sa Pag-aaral. Website enhancement was also mentioned. Outgoing and continuing council members were also introduced. And if you remember last year, dun po natin, we presented the UPAAT masks. And because it was the last term of Ms. Alice, she also thanked everybody who attended the Zoom meeting. Next, we have the financial report done by Van Pagkalikawan. He mentioned that his report covered not only 2020 but the first quarter of 2021. Financial donations came from Abot Kamay funds and the Terry Chua donations. Membership fees are becoming significant because of the new members. and those who have renewed to lifetime membership. There were no significant expenses because of the pandemic, and there were scholarship funds released at that time for UPLB Adopt a Student and Kaagapay sa Pag-aaral. Van also presented the gross receipts, 10,512, and there were expenses that year amounting to $37,420 at the end of December 2020. At the end of April 10, 2021, funds of UPAAT amounted to $24,690. So that was the financial report. Next, it was followed by the committee reports. And we would like to thank Tito Leo Mascareñas for the template that they used last year. University Relations, President Alice Herrera presented the different activities undertaken during the past year. Ito po yung mga discussion of the status of UPAAT scholarship funds, as well as they discussed the needs of the UP system with Professor Jerry Abulto. And for your information, we were able to give 5 students 110,000 pesos each to purchase their laptops and to be able to lead or to get connectivity for them. For the membership committee, Pat Ramirez presented the demographics of the current 472 UPAAT membership. According to residents, Toronto is number 1. By campus, Diliman is number 1. And by age group, based on the grad year 1991 to 2000. Year 1991 to 2000. He also provided a trend based on a 5-year time frame. And based on this, the current active members slightly decreased from 126 to 122, and the lifetime members increased from 136 to 145. If you'd like to convert to lifetime membership, please see Pat Ramirez later on.
Or Alex.
Alex. Sorry, Alex na po pala. Sorry. Sorry. Kay Alex Pasco na po pala tayo. Tinuturo pa rin na si Pat. Assets at Archival. President Alice Herrera informed us that they have already started requesting minutes and other physical properties of UPAAT as regards documents from past presidents, and among those who have provided were already by Tito Bay Bernabe and Ms. Grace Bulaon. Next step is to collate and convert to electronic documents. Next, fundraising. The VP Michelle Monto has updated us on the online business directory. Abot Kamay, online bingo, which started during the virtual Christmas party, and legacy planning charitable giving. Education and awareness. VP Nini Alvero presented on behalf of Mayor Salvador the following ongoing mentoring program. There were 12 mentors and mentees. Mentoring program for young Filipino Canadians. There were 50 high school and university students and 12 mentors. Forum on Humanitarian Action delivered by UN worker Inday Sejor, attended by 40 people, and the Forum on Arts History Talks. If you remember, we had the pre-colonial Philippines, attended by 100 people. All right. Socials and events. Diana Roldan presented UPAAT Clicks webinar, care of Tito Leo Mascareñas also. UPAAT Clicks competition, there were over 41 participants. 107 photos were submitted. There were 1,000 visitors to the FB page, 5,000 unique clicks, and there were 8,000 people who saw our posts at least once, with Velika Masomsom, daughter of Marie Masomsom, as emerging as winner. And if you remember the virtual Christmas party, Secret Santa and online bingo was also held last year. Publication and promotions. Gretchen Mahas updated us on the 6 projects that they had. Publication of news stories and flyers. There were 7 full-length stories. UPAAT SM means social media. SM accounts, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. UPAAT SM collaborative platforms like Hootsuite, and with daily, and she also mentioned the daily themes. UPAAT brand banner, the SM, the social media user guidelines for FB. UPAAT masks. And just to let you know, these masks, there were 8 designs done by Francia Lagmay, and the one that you have right now was the one chosen by the UPAAT Council. Website, JR mentioned that they have continuously updated the website. Next, the new council members were presented as well by Ms. Diana Gamboa. She presented 5 new members of the UPAAT Council, namely Helen Valderrama, Agnes Manasan, Marie Masongsong, Alex Pascua, and Ernesto Villaroya. There were lots of group picture snapshots, and new members were given spotlight. And aside from that, the masks for UPAAT, the pricing for UPAAT masks was also discussed. Closing remarks was given by VP Michelle Montojo, and she thanked everyone who attended the 2021 AGM. Pat Ramirez presented the Certificate of Appreciation to outgoing President Alice Herrera. Maraming salamat, mabuhay. And I also caught on the minutes that Romy Manantil has promised to do an artwork of Miss Alice when times are back to normal. The meeting was adjourned at some time. So that's our minute. 4:30 p.m.
Okay, so that was a long minutes and very detailed one, but you know, you get an idea of what happened during the AGM last year. So, yes.
I would suggest that President, yes, very, very thorough and very comprehensive report, and we applaud you for that. Because this is a document, no, every year meeting. At the sa minutes of the meeting, prepared by the secretary, and then approved, approved by this agenda. But the document itself should have the documentation that you prepared if you approved it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. So I would like to, actually it has to be the body, this is a general membership meeting, so I'd like to ask first, is there any amendment to the meeting for those who attended? If there's none, then can I have a motion from the body to approve the minutes? Approve, who? Shelley, motion for approval, seconded by Beth Herbivire. So put that in a minute. So next year we'll do that. And we'll just circulate the minutes the way before. I circulated only yesterday, so I know some of you may not have been able to read it. So next year we'll try to give it to you so that we don't have to go through the details of the minutes during the AGM itself. Okay? So we have the minutes has been approved and seconded, so we proceed to the next part of the meeting. So thank you, Marie. So I'd like to go now to the President's report. I'd like to make it as brief as I can. So I don't know if you can see, you know, the slides here. I don't have anything in writing, but you know, we have created actually several standing committees and ad hoc committees. The standing committees are, of course, in the Constitution and bylaws. So we have the university relations, the membership, assets, archival, and the elections, which is not really part of the council. So this year, of course, we have Diana Gamboa, Esther Toribio, and Lisa Bernabé, who are members of the COMELEC. And the ad hoc committees that we have created this year: fundraising committee, the socials and events, education and awareness, promotions and publications, and community assistance, which is really one of the newest ad hoc committees that we have created for this year. So let me go to the next slide. So the council members, of course, myself as president, vice president is Lini Alvero, executive council, secretaries Marie Masongsong, treasurers Ana Ponce de Leon, we have auditor Ernesto Chico Villaroya, Public and Affairs Communications Officers, Christian Mangas, and these are all elected members of the council. And the next other members of the council are Helen Valderrama, Alex Pascua, Marie, of course, and Janet Tagaza, Dr. May Rose Salvador, Diana Roland, Gretchen Mangas again, and Joseph Doblado, Natalie Wong, and Monsoles. So these are the 15 members of the council. We had one, of course, resignation a few months ago, which is Leo Mascarina, so there are only actually 14 of us towards the latter part of the year. So we have very many online activities that we did for the year 2021 to 2022. We've had, you know, we participated in the Philippine Consulate as a partner in the Quincentennial Celebration, the Philippine Quincentennial Celebration. So the part one actually, just part one and part two. Part one was done sometime in March, which is going during the tenure of Alice Herrera. But part two, the Quincentennial, was done in August 5 and 25. And those were the three webinars that we did. Plus the fourth webinar that the third webinar that we did was the one of the Filipino-Canadian entrepreneurs, where we had Richie Valdez and Ana Maramba as our speakers, and Jordan Dinglasan, Dr. Jordan Dinglasan. So I'm not going to be speaking too much about all the other activities that we did to save us some time, because all the other members of the committees will be doing their own individual presentations. I'd like to give them a chance to be able to explain the hard work that they did in each of their committees. So I'd like to call on, do I have another slide that I'd like to, we have the Socials and Events Committee, of course, the fundraising committees, Sagip Pilipinas is a new project that we did. And I'm not going to mention all of them because they will be mentioned to you later on. Can we proceed to the next slide? And of course, the POPCOMS initiatives. You have a very active also POPCOMS. So all the members of the various committees, I'd really like to thank all of you because you've done a great deal of hard work. The Social and Events Committee through Diana Roldan, the Education and Awareness Committee through Mayro Salvador, the University Relations with Helen Valderrama, the POPCOM with Gretchen Mangahas, our membership committee, which is Alex Pasqua, and Patamenas is a member of that, who used to be the chair but has been continued to work with us on this. Chito is our auditor, has been very active also in our discussion in the council. It has been very, very supportive in making some of the work that we did in fundraising. The fundraising, Flo De Leon, who did all our Big Go and all of the Abot Gamay together with Renee. Thank you, Renee, for working on the Abot Gamay program that we have. And of course, Marie here for the Zumba. It was really Zumba with Marie, where we made some money. So Anna Flo will be reporting to you the financial report, so you will see exactly how much money we made in the fundraising activities that we did for this year. So, did I miss anybody? I'm sorry. No, everybody is mentioned. And I also created the Community Assistance Program for vulnerable members of the community, not only for the UPAA family, but also the Filipino-Canadian community. I had created members of the community, there's 5 of us, and we started really the activities with just, information and referral. So there's been a lot of queries concerning sponsorship of families, how to get to Canada, some job opportunities, what are the job opportunities. So if you notice in the UPA Google group, I have been sending out a lot of job postings, which is really supposed to help our members, explore other career opportunities and get jobs. So basically, those are the things that the Community Assistance Program. We'd like to expand this to the Filipino-Canadian community by helping our seniors, our most vulnerable members of the community. They may probably be sick, do not have members of the families here, but friends, but need a lot of emotional support, maybe financial support. We will not give them the money, but we'll connect them to agencies and resources in Canada that will be able to help out. So this is really what the purpose of the Community Assistance Program is. So, we have also scholarships actually. We continued with our endowment scholars in our non-endowment, and we have also the, as you can see here in the slide, we have the scholars, Kim Livares. Non-endowment funds would be Jenna Carla de Guzman, Ariane Rika Balada, Christine Ella Laduria. We have the Adopt a Scholar program with UPLB, John Angelo Cahudo, Renz Onko, Angeline Isabel Olay. We actually sent them another tranche of the money for 1 semester, 1 year, for the 3 Adopt a Scholar program. We also have the Agape sa Pag-aaral program, which is a very short term. So we need to help them, provide them with laptops and internet connectivity. And we gave this to 5 students all over the different UP campuses in the country. So that is the program that we've done so far. So we really do appreciate everything that you support UPAAT, our fundraising, it really goes to good cause, and it's helping a lot our members of our UP family in the Philippines. And the fundraising committee will be reporting to you also some of the other fundraising initiatives that we've had to help the typhoon victims. So with that, I present the President's report, and I would like to get a motion for approval of the report. Yes, yes.
A motion to accept the President's report.
Thank you. And seconded by? Nita. Okay, thank you very much. The President's report is approved and seconded. Thank you very much. So, now, I'd like to call on the various committees to do a 2-minute presentation of their reports. All right, so can I ask the membership committee, Alex, Pasqua. Okay. Si Alex, I better have some sagas also here. They just actually arrived from the Philippines for vacation.
Magandang hapon sa aming lahat. So the membership committee, the usual goal is to try to increase the membership count. So I think we were able to achieve that. One of the main goals we had for this year was to rationalize the membership structure. Because our objective is to be more inclusive, madali natin maging kasapi sa ating asosasyon. So we made a proposal for that. So the membership committee is composed of, and I would like to call them one by one because without their help and assistance and support, we would not have been able to do our job. So, Tita Diana, so what we did was we proposed a singular membership structure, which we will discuss later on, and we are proposing a change in our constitution and bylaws to reflect this. We also increased membership in terms of the lifetime membership. We have 24 new lifetime members for the past year converted, and overall we increased our membership by 6, actually by 11, because I have some new registrations here. So the new members include Angkor. If you're here, please, we would like to acknowledge your presence. So Angkor, assisting, Dennis Bariwan, Glenn Bautista, Suzette de Torres, Lisel Benes, Kylie Palma, Sai Tandok, Noy Tiglaw is over here, Vincent Yuson, Levi Palak, Adrian Monagas,
the
She just arrived last year. She just arrived last year, so welcome.
papasok doon sa Agnes' classmate. And Julian Sayo. Ipagtumanin niyo po kung meron pa akong hindi natawag na bagong member. Roma po. Si Roma pa na po. Roma Kasunod. So, maraming salamat for joining the organization and hope that it will be a fulfilling experience for all. So, so I hand it over to Ellen.
Thanks, Alex. Hi, everyone. I see that 3 of our members are here, but yeah, so I am Helen Valderrama, and I co-chair the University Relations Committee with our former President, Alice Herrera. So the goal of the committee really is to ensure that our UPAAT financial assistance is properly defined by criteria, administration, and disbursement. We also get regular updates from the UP Foundation, who's our partner for this scholarship and program. So we get fund status and also the performance of the scholarship beneficiaries. And of course, the big piece of our role is to evaluate the financial assistance program, and where applicable, we want to make recommendations to the council, right? So one of the things that we did, for example, one of the changes that we introduced this year is based on an observation over a few years. So that's our role, right? To evaluate the effectiveness and the overall benefit of the program. Next slide, please. Who we are. So I just said, co-chairs me and Alice, and of course we have Tita Bai here, our member. Hi, Bernabé. Renee is here, of course. Renee, why are you hiding there? And Anna Flo, of course. Anna Flo, just in many committees. I don't know how you do it, my dear. Jenna Valdivia, I don't think I've seen her here. She's not here. So we are relatively small committees, so I'm calling for interest. If you're interested, please join us. Next slide, please. So in the past year, we were busy, we're quite busy. We were putting together actually a historical account of all of these scholarship programs. And the idea being we want this information to be readily available when there is a new committee or a new chair or new members taking over, right? So we want to have a sustainable information base. So thankfully, Alice has put together a draft for us. It's being circulated for comments. Outside the committee, I believe Alice also reached out to some of our senior members who would have been involved in the scholarship creation years before. And then the second thing that we have done, as I mentioned earlier, is to propose the conversion of the professorial chair into a scholarship program. And then the third one is, of course, we are planning for the 2022-2023 grantees. So we're coordinating with our funds committee or with Anna Flo to determine what funds are we looking at so that we can release that this year or the upcoming academic year. And then, of course, we're also looking at new awards and new programs where we also want to recognize Filipinos or Filipino-Canadian students in the GPA. So this is something that Alice and I will be presenting at our next committee meeting. So I think that's it. So these, I don't think I need to, because Agnes already mentioned this earlier. Okay.
The Education and Awareness Committee was started in 2020, and we were tasked to develop and implement information, awareness, and education to UPAAT members or to the Filipino-Canadian community. Next slide, please. And the community members at that time, we all agreed on that our priority is going to be the mentorship program to help newcomers, which we define PR and those who are currently students and are hoping to get PR, to get jobs and be successful in their careers by providing relevant information. And then priority goal number 2 was to increase the number of Filipino-Canadian youth who are pursuing higher education and who are successful in their careers. Next slide, please. We were very, very active. We had a lot of events, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone. Agnes, our president, Alex Pasqua, Ernesto Achito Villaraya, Helen Valderrama, Nini Aldero, Rosana Arcana, Rosana Pasqua. These were the people that attended every single monthly meeting. So we had monthly. It was very easy to organize an event for me because I would just assign, Helen, okay, you're doing the MC. Just like, okay, I'll do that. So thank you so much, everyone, for helping me deliver all those programs. Next slide, please. So in 2021, the mentoring program, we had 15 mentees that were paired with 15 mentors. From follow-up emails, we did some survey. Some were successful, some had to be stalled, some will continue. And we hope to be able to keep those relationships. So we are planning to do some, kasi ang request nila is networking events. So actually on Thursday and Friday, if you are interested in joining the list of mentors or mentees, join us at High Park. We will be looking at the cherry blossoms as well as the animals and then dinner at the sea. Next slide, please. And so we did also some forums and webinars. And this one was already mentioned by President Agnes a while ago. I just wanted to include that there were 40 people that attended, and this is a series that we will continue. And I think Nini Aldero was actually interested in connecting us with the successful entrepreneurs of Canada. So we will see some more events of that coming up in the next year. Next slide, please. So this one was the mentoring event. So this we do this every year. We're looking for an in-person venue for 2022. So the last in-person venue was with Tito Roji and Tess in the downtown area. So kung meron po kayong venue, maybe yung bahay nyo or please let me know. We did during the pandemic, we did this via online, of course, and this is with the Filipino Students Association of Toronto. So it would include UT, Ryerson, York, and also some high school students within the GTA. So we did one of that this year. Next slide, please. Sorry. Next slide. Also part 2 of the quincentennial celebration, like Agnes mentioned, was in August 26th. Next slide. And we had about 259 registrations from all around Canada as well as in the Philippines. Around the world, especially Santa Maria, invited a lot of people, and also Patrick Alcedo was one of our speakers. Next slide, please. I guess that's it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Diana Aldan, and I'm currently heading the Social and Events Committee. So the committee was established, and our primary goal is to enhance the social environment of the organization. We try to strive and organize inclusive and engaging activities. Next slide. So during the pandemic, it was a bit hard given that there are restrictions everywhere, but we have great membership. This is actually incomplete, but I will mention that I was helped by Orion, Carissa, Carla, Chirel, Tita Diana, Chen, Helen, Jonah, Kim, also stone, we have, and there's a lot. So it's a big committee, and everyone steps up here and there to make everything happen. So next slide. So what we did at the beginning, I think this was the UPAAT Chikahan. It was touched on earlier. So we did this Zoom support webinar where everyone went to breakout rooms and talk about the new normal during the pandemic. Next slide. When the restrictions were slightly lifted, we also came up with the idea of the Kapitbahayan series. It was done in July, but it was actually held in 5 different venues, and it was fun and successful. This was the one taken in Scarborough. Next slide. This was in downtown Toronto. Next slide. North York. Next slide. This is Mississauga. Next slide. And this is Markham. So despite the restrictions, everyone got to gather and see each other. We sorry?
Play games.
Yes, played games. There's actually a YouTube video of all the challenges that people
We played it earlier.
performed, and we'll share that too. Later. Next slide. Through the help of Tita Agnes and also one of our UP alumni, Paula Veloso, we also got to see the fall colors in Mona Farm, in the Blue Lifestyle Farm, and it was well attended. It was both physical activity and kainan, so that was really fun. Next slide. So this was, again, we had to do our second virtual holiday party. We were able to use it as a venue for fundraising. Through the help of Hanaflo, we were able to raise funds for the survivors of Typhoon Odette as well. And I think that's everything for me. So
Okay.
Kumusta mga ka-UPAAT? Does it sound familiar? So if you've received emails and you've been following our Facebook group, that's us, the PopCom. We were trying to make a very good acronym or abbreviation for our committee, but we came up with PopCom. So that's the Publications and Promotions Committee. And our main goal is to develop marketing and promotion strategies and create publication materials for UPAAT. So, okay, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our Consul General, Ron S. Castro. Welcome, sir, to our annual general meeting. Thank you for gracing our event. Alright, so if I may continue with our report. So we are Yona Harvey. Yona, can you please first Yona Harvey incidentally she's running as one of the council candidates this afternoon. I'm also joined with Franchi Lagmay. Franchi Lagmay is our graphic designer, but she's not here. Vivian De La Cruz, Viv. You saw her photos in all of our events, so she's always there. See, Viv, thank you. And Tita Esther? She's not here, so she's been in charge of our website, managing our website. Tita Maripi, over here, thank you so much. Tita Leo, unfortunately, is not here, but nagbawas. Siya yun, si Tita Leo naman. Of course, pwede masong-song, our Zumba queen. Zumba queen. Tito Rex, of course. Ayun, si Tito Rex, Tito Rex, Tito Rex, Tito Maripi, had to learn how to schedule posts using Hopper and Hootsuite all the time. And they now use hashtags with themes. So, sila yung nagpo-post doon, wag nyo akong sisihin. AGM, that's Savvy, one of our volunteers, Viv's daughter. And James Capanas, also from TCTSB. So they are our new volunteers, and hopefully we'll have more volunteers from our youth para naman medyo vibrant ang ating social media. Okay, that's who we are. So what did we do? We published content on UPAAT's social media accounts. We have, for your knowledge, we have LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and our Facebook page. So we can follow them. Hopefully we could add more content to that. But we have published all in all 94 original posts across our social media accounts. We also published and created content, as I mentioned, that's Tito Rex and Tita Maripi, and myself too sometimes. And we also have had published 52 episodes or series of Dagdag Bawas. So if you were following Dagdag Bawas, Tito Leo had his final episode or his final Dagdag Bawas, and he said thank you to everyone who's been following his crossword puzzle. Okay, thank you. Next slide, please. Okay, so these are just samples of our work. I would also like to mention that the Stay Connected flyer over there on your left or right came from Althea Papasin. Unfortunately, she has passed away. So during my term, she did leave us. Okay, so let's go to the next slide, please. All right, so we have our bingo and our. Oh, unfortunately, we couldn't play the. Can we play the video from Savvy? Oh, okay. So this is a sample of Savvy's video. Oh, I can't connect that. Okay. So go to our Facebook page and our social media, you would see the videos there. Okay, next slide please. For website content management, we published 18 news stories for the year. We also had added website sections. If you would go to our website, we have our Balik-Tanaw section, our memory lane. We've also uploaded our Kaganapan newsletters and election guidelines. So we produced 3 Balik-Tanaw videos and 2 TikTok videos, hopefully dumami pa. And we released 10 Kaganapan newsletters that go directly into your emails. So join and you will get those emails. We also, Tita Agnes and some of us also provide job opportunities from time to time. All right, so, and finally, we came up with the Pag-aaruga project. So one of the challenges that we faced as a committee was to have members, continue staying with us. Doing publication work is not easy because we do it with time sensitivity. We have to do it every day. We have to support our activities. So sa lahat sa whole year round na andyan kami. So what we did was we partnered with TCTSB to invite Filipino-Canadian volunteers to join us. And this year we have 2, and as I mentioned, that's Savvy and James. So we will be continuing with this partnership, and hopefully we'll have more Filipino-Canadians having intergenerational conversations with us. And I think that's it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anna, and I'm going to speak about our committee, the fundraising committee. Our main goal is to develop and implement fundraising strategies for various UPAAT projects. So kami yung makukulit when there's a calamity around, we need to help people that we wanted to reach out. So we continue. Our goal is to continue raising funds for to establish channels like the UPAAT online business directory, abot kamay, and ad hoc fundraising efforts, and to coordinate with other committees to determine the financial needs of UPAAT. And who we are, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our members, Tito Chito, Tito Joseph is our person, Miss Marie, our Zimbabwe, and Vince is our member, but he's not around. Thank you so much for all of you because we cannot do all the things that we do in fundraising committee without the help of each one. So, thank you. And this is how our online business directory looks like. Just in case you don't know, we have this on our website. And so yeah, recently we have reached out for the UPPGH call for donations, and so far we reached $1,060. We sent it recently to the Philippines, and thank you again for your generosity, and it's very much appreciated. So again, recently we also called for donations for the because of the tightening of debt. This is a picture of the relief activity that we had in UP Visayas. So and this is part of the Sagip Pilipinas activity, wherein Miss Marie held every Friday night Zumba with us. So this is a snapshot of thanking everyone who participated and even donated for this fundraising activity. So the Zumba alone had garnered $1,055. With this, we were able to reach out and give 53 families some relief packs. And part of that, we also had a bingo that we have every Sunday at 3 p.m. There was also a request to have this activity continued.
Yes.
So,
winner!
And we are listening to the loyal players. Thank you so much for this, because we somehow had some sort of a batagahan after this. But yeah, we're missing all of you there. Thank you so much. Even those who were not able to play, they donated and reached out to help this relief, or reach out a lot of people in the Philippines for the Philippines. So just to give you an update of our funds that we've collected for the Sagip Pilipinas. From the donations itself, we were able to collect 1,300, and for the bingo, 1,350, and Zumba 1,055, totaling 3,720. And we still have to give more 2,500 to the recipients or the beneficiaries in the Philippines. So maraming salamat po again with this.
Maraming salamat. We'll go to the treasury report afterwards. We'll just have the body approve, accept the report of the committee. But first, I'd like to add, I think, to the fundraising. Renee Sevilla of the Abot Kamay. We still have the Abot Kamay program where we thank everybody. And this was really started way before. And Renee Sevilla here is the one who's leading the, where's Renee? Oh, Renee's here! This is the brainchild of Renee, if I'm not mistaken, Abot Kamay. And he's been the one that's monitoring all the money that's coming in our account and making a report on a monthly basis as to how much money we have in the bank for Abot Kamay. So this is really part of the program that's helping our scholars also in the Philippines. So thank you very much, Renee, for this and for staying on and handling all throughout the program. So, you know, marami kami pasasalamatan kasi nung ginawa namin itong mga fundraising activities namin, yung mga raffles kami. So, of course, yung mga raffle prizes, dinonate ninyo. So, Salita nga nagbigay ng free 8 lessons for piano, you know? Meron mga nagbibigay ng mga gift cards, ano, na it's really fun. So we'd like to continue with this because it's really an easy fundraising activity online and it's really fun, you know, kasi ang nangyayari, we would allocate si Ana And back, actually, it goes to the Sagip Pilipinas project, which is, brainchild naman ni Gretchen, no? Tutulong natin sa mga calamity sa Pilipinas. So there's a lot of people really na nag-isip kung ano pwede natin gawin for to help our kababayans in the Philippines. So yung mga programs na ito, pwede talagang, katulad ng Zumba ni Marie, no? Nagpapasali ako kahit na meron sakit ng tuhod ko. But it's really fun. And then the aming mga raffles sa bingo, for example, we would allocate 4 prizes, or 5 prizes. Pero so kung minsan dahil sa time limit, mga 4 games lang ang gagamitin namin or 2 games, no? Kasi mahaba. So actually, pagkatapos ng bingo, meron kaming raffle, ira-raffle na off namin yung iba pang mga prizes. So everybody gets a prize. Kasi it's really a lot of fun and a lot of, camaraderie na karamihan kamag-anak ng Gretchen. Kaya pag may nananalo, kailangan ko yung bumiyahe sa Peterborough. Sa Hamilton para i-deliver yung mga prizes na nakanalunan ng mga nag-join. So thank you so much to all the heads of the various standing and ad hoc committees. And I would like to get a motion for the acceptance of the committee reports. Chito? And seconded by Alex. Okay, thank you. So now we'll go to the report of the financial report.
Okay, sana hindi pa kayo nasasawa sa Facebook. For the financial report, we just would like to highlight the financial donations that came from the Alumni, UPAAT, and Sagip Pilipinas. And then for the membership fees, as of same as last year, we were able to renew lifetime membership, so that was the significant. That's where the significant increase. And we have no significant expenses as well because of the COVID-19. And so far we have remitted funds released for the UPLB Scholar Program, UPPGH donations, and Sagip Pilipinas donations. Thank you so much again for the donations and all the effort and support to UPAAT activities. So for our funds, as of April last year, we have 23,695. We received 9,298 and disbursed 5,545. So as of now, we have 27,447. And for the details on the cash received, majority came from the Abot Kamay, which is 32%. Next is from the bingo, and then the donations for the Sagip Pilipinas, and then the UPPGH, and then Zumba. And the rest was from the online business directory, membership, the face mask that we still have, baka gusto nyo pang bumili, so that it will increase our cash there. And then we still have some UPAAT shirts, totaling the 9,298. And then for the cash disbursed, this is the breakdown. Most of the remitted funds was from for the UPLB Scholar. And then next was for the Sagip Pilipinas, and then for the UPPGH. The rest was for our regular expenses for the renewal of applications, and then way back for the face mask printing, bank charges, and some gifts. And again, just to update on the funds left for the Sagip Pilipinas, as mentioned earlier, the balance that we, at the total collected was 3,720, and then our balance as of today is the 2,500. Thank you again.
May I ask for the approval of the financial report? Shelley, seconded by Helen. Thank you so much. So we'll try to rush this. I know it's already 4 o'clock, but we started a little late, so I hope you don't mind. And so we'll now proceed to Alex to to present to us some of the changes, proposed changes to the membership dues.
Alex, dito ka na.
So, like I mentioned earlier, the membership committee proposing a change in our membership structure. So, one of the guiding principles we're going by for advocating a change in the membership structure is that right now we have three tiers in terms of our membership, like 2 year, maybe 5 year, and lifetime. But to us, a member is a member. There should be only one level of membership. So that's why we try to rationalize it. We did a bit of research. So the change there is that every member shall pay a membership fee with the Tarumeri Council. First-time members should be exempt from the payment of fees on their first year of membership. Now, in terms of the bylaws, next slide. Okay. So in terms of the bylaws, where there was even a provision of application fee which is not actually being enforced anymore. We are proposing, like I said earlier, first-time members are exempt from paying a membership fee in their first year of membership. And every member shall pay a fee of $100, which can be paid over 4 years with a minimum yearly payment of $25. We're making it more affordable for people to join and pay the fee. And unlike in the current structure, if you are a 2-year member, every 2 years buy it, can buy it. Or if you're a 5-year member, every 5 years you can buy it in $50. Right? So we're setting a sort of cap to that by putting the fee at $100. We made a provision that if you're not able to pay the annual fee, annual minimum payment of $25, you're not allowed. So you have to pay at least $25 every year until you meet the amount. Now, there is a transition here because some of the existing members are 2 years or 5 years. So those who are 2 years, 2-year members who paid their last payment, they're active members right now, they pay $25. You only need to pay the balance of $75. If you are an existing 5-year member, you only need to pay $50 to get to the regular membership. So we're not even calling anybody lifetime. If this is approved, there's no lifetime, there's no 2-year. Everyone is a regular member who's paid. Yeah, so I'm open now for questions on the proposal.
I have a suggestion. For the lifetime, it should be according to members who have been active or have been a member for, let's say, 50 years. For example, Joe for the 50 years. He should be a lifetime member already. Yeah, because these are the people who are already tendering on becoming members. Like me, for example. So you encourage me by coming here. So you need my experience, my wisdom. Second emotion naman ito.
Bakit ginagawa mo ka example? I have a question.
Yes.
And I've been trying to grapple this in my mind for quite some time already. Because the first time I heard about your proposal was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. The first time I heard about your proposal is about 4 or 5 weeks ago when you were having a committee meeting and I was in the kitchen, usually washing dishes and scrubbing the floor, cleaning the toilet. And my wife was attending your meeting, and I could hear it. But because I was cleaning the toilet, I did not. Anyway, this is regarding the $100 fee There is another provision in the Constitution about membership rights and privileges. One of those is that a member can exercise his right to vote and be voted upon. And one of the provisions there, as applied by all COMELEC chairs and all treasurers, is that during the election, a member in good standing has the right to vote and the right to be voted upon. In other words, if you haven't paid, you don't get the right to vote. Now, if I may tie it to the $100 fee, and you're saying that the $100 can be paid in installments, my question is, if I pay $25 because I cannot afford, obviously, to pay $100, if I pay $25 for this year, another $25 next year, am I fully paid?
No.
So therefore, if I'm not fully paid, I cannot vote.
No, you are a member in good standing. That's one of the things that, because you're not, the full $100 is not due at that point. So you have 4 years to pay. So if you do not pay within the 4 weeks, let's say you pay $25 this year, and next year you don't, then next year you're not entitled to it. In fact, it's a little bit, you know, right now, if you pay $25, for 2 years you can pay.
Even if you're not fully paid?
Yes. No, $25, it's that because the current...
No, because if I may just, I'm trying to grapple this. Maybe my mind is not as brilliant as the rest of them. Maybe because of age, my mind is already dull, and I cannot comprehend these things. Very complicated. 25 times 4, I don't know the answer to that.
Cannot be.
But what I know is, if you are not fully paid, you're not a member in good standing. And you define 100 as the membership fee. If you pay $25, it's only part of 100, therefore you are not fully paid. To me, that's just extending logic. I'm not trying to argue. I'm only saying that, you know, if I pay $25 now, I can run for the council. I cannot reconcile that in my mind because I'm not fully paid.
Because you technically, if let's say we approve this proposal, on the first year, by paying $25, you are a member in good standing.
Even if I'm not fully paid.
Even if not fully paid.
So therefore, $100 is not membership fee, it's $25.
But that's for 1 year, because you have to fully pay $100 over 4 years.
To be a lifetime.
Well, what's if I may just make a, it's not really a proposal, I'm just thinking aloud right now. The idea is that you want everybody to be a regular member after 4 payments.
Yeah.
The idea is you want everybody to join because you don't want them to be taxed too much. $25 is quite easy, so you're encouraging them. So, bakit? Tagalogin ko na lang kasi nahirapan na ako eh. Bakit hindi natin gawin ganito? Just thinking aloud. I-define lang natin ng membership fee $25 or whatever the council decides. Could be 28, 15, 30, 50, 20. Let's pick a number, 25. I-define natin $25 ang membership fee every year. And then we say that after the guy pays 4 consecutive years, 25, wala ka nang bayad. Pareho din, di ba? But, you're saying, a membership fee mo, 25, fully paid ka, you're qualified to run. You know, you're not in payment in installment. Ang nangyayari kasi sa 100, 25 you're paying 4 installments. Di magiging, pare, ikaw ba installment payment? Ako kasi, installment payment, second, hindi maganda ito, installment payment. 4 gigs. Yung 4 gigs na, 4 gigs. Hindi ba medyo nagkakaroon ng konting...
Ipaliwanag ko lang po, no? Kung...
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, okay. So, let me just explain. We grappled with that problem during our meetings that we had to discuss. And what came out of the discussion, we wanted, there was even a suggestion that's not even charged anything. There was one. There was a discussion where we said, let's just charge 25. The committee, after reviewing all of the suggestions, decided that to be more fair to those who already paid $100, that's what we did. That's what we did. So, but at the same time, we had to reconcile that $100 with our guiding principle of making it more affordable. That's why we decided to spread it over 4 years. So right now we're open to suggestions or to amending our proposal.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. You said that there will be no more light members.
No, everyone will be a regular member.
Okay. So I was thinking that that the light members now should be grandfathered, as we are.
Yeah, they're grandfathered. The lifetime members are grandfathered. We're just changing them to regular members. Because we don't want to make any distinction na 2-year member ka, 5-year member ako, lifetime member. We don't want to make that distinction.
Ayaw namin tawagin
ito na, grandfather. Pati po ako grandfather.
I think this issue ng, because this payment ng membership, you are recognizing that the annual membership fee is $25, right? But then if somebody is now applying for a lifetime membership, he has to pay in 4 consecutive years. Meaning, on the first year that he pays, he's still qualified as a valid member. But if he doesn't pay on the second year, this membership is in limbo. He cannot run for office. So for that to be active, 4 consecutive payments so that he can participate as a bona fide member.
Yeah, like what you're proposing here, if you miss a payment within that 4-year period, you will not be allowed to vote. So,
that would get out. You have to clarify that, right? That they have to continuously pay for their membership to be valid. But they can elect to prolong their payment if they want to.
Hindi. Mapupumpit eh.
And some can even pay in 2 years if they want. So, I just wanted to ask if anybody wants to propose an amendment to our proposal. Otherwise, we'll put it.
Yeah, is there any amendment or changes to the proposal that's presented to you by Alex?
I have a question.
Yes, Maripi.
Are we amending the constitution? Are we amending the constitution or are we amending the bylaw? Because if we were amending
both
the constitution, this is our only opportunity to pass the proposal. Because any change in the constitution needs the approval of the general membership.
Yeah, that's the reason
So
we brought it.
you have to check the constitution what it really says. And I believe the task force didn't make a separate document of bylaws because there was no time to do a separate bylaws. And maybe Joe can.
Meron. It's in the bylaws. The membership fees actually as currently, it's in the bylaws. The Constitution itself is very general in the way it's stated. So we're actually amending the bylaws. Yes, Fred?
Why don't we, this is just to follow up on what John said.
Okay, the proposed membership fee is $25, right? Okay. Annually. So that makes you qualified to vote or to be voted on. Okay. Now, let's say the following year, this individual didn't pay. So he loses his right to vote for that year, right? But then you're saying we have 4 years, or he has 4 years if he wants to continue and be a lifetime member. Correct? So on the 3rd year, he came back and said, okay, I'm gonna pay $50. Okay, so 25 first year, 2nd year he missed, 3rd year he paid 50, then that makes him a full-time regular, right? Okay, so why don't we just do it that way then? 25 for the 2nd year, 25 on the 3rd year, on the 4th year, 25, and as soon as he reached the 4th year, he has completed the required amount of 100, then that makes him a lifetime member too as well, right?
Yes. Yun po yung nakalagay dito yung...
Kasi ano
hindi po. Yung sa item B, it says with the required minimum yearly payment of $25.
What is the membership fee? Is it 100 or is it 20?
100. It's
Is it 100?
It's 100.
So, again, kasi ganito, the idea here is number one, we don't want to burden the members too much so that we can encourage a lot of members to become members, right? That's number one. Number two, we don't want to have several categories, may lifetime, may regular. Pangit yun, di ba? Magiging socially different yun. So your approach there is, para pare-pareho kayong lahat, pagdating ng 100, regular na kayong lahat. Of course, siguro yung akin, kung lang it's just semantics, but in line with what Fred was saying, you tie it up, you have to tie it up with the other provisions of the Constitution that defines the right to vote. Because this is going to be a problem later on. I mean, if you say, nanalo si Agnes, natalo si ganito, by 1 vote, yung boto ko na yun, partial payment, installment payment, baka maging question yun later on So in order to avoid that a little bit crank, I was thinking, sabihin na lang ninyo na $25 ang monthly payment, mahal nun, monthly. $25 ang annual payment. So if a guy or if a member pays $25 a year for 4 years, wala na siyang babayad after that. Kung gusto mo maging a little bit more accommodating than that, you say, you pay $25 in 5 years. So he has 1 year to skip. Halimbawa, nawalan siya ng trabaho. In 5 years, you pay $125, umabot ka ng 100, regular ka na, wala ka ng kabayan. We don't grapple with that little kink of defining whether you are an installment payment or not. Then you don't complicate the question of does he have the right to vote or not the right to vote. Kasi alam mo naman tayo mga UP people, we question every little thing. It becomes,
Exactly.
We question, we make little moles into big mountains. And then we kill each other. Just like what happened during my term. During my term, you guys don't know this, I was almost killed.
So okay, let us put it to proper context on what you want. So, you are proposing a change in our wording of
Can you suggest the phrasing, Joe? Since you are proposing it, so that Joe came ready. He already has it typed and saved in file. That's from listening too much while cleaning the toilet while Lita is joining the meeting.
Itatype yung itatype nyo yung
Technology is very good because when I was cleaning the toilet, I was writing this. Right, so now I can remember what I thought at the time. This is what I propose. And I would propose to the general membership meeting, if I may. The idea here is exactly the same. The purpose is exactly the same. The intent is the same. Motion. When a member maintains his membership status in good standing, this is very important, for 4 years out of 5 years, 4 out of 5 years, his membership is automatically upgraded to a regular or lifetime member.
Okay.
Automatically, without need for applying.
Yeah.
Without need for resolutions, without need for debate, automatically. It's an accounting process. So, if a member pays, he stays in good standing for 4 out of 5 years, his membership is automatically upgraded to a lifetime member or regular member if you want to, without need for applying, and without need to pay any further membership fees forever.
Okay.
Okay? So good standing under present policy, this is not part of the motion, this is just notes. Good standing under present policy means full payment of dues. So there's no question about his right to vote. Because when you say 100 and he paid only 25, he's an installment payer, forgives. Does he have the right to say, she paid 100 or 200, I paid only 25? We have the right to vote. Parang hindi yata tama yun eh. So, yun lang ang, and then, remember, this motion is not tied up to any amount. It just says membership fee in general. It does not tie up the council's hands in defining what the membership fee for that year is. It could be 25, it could be 35, it could be 10. But pag nagbayad siya ng 4 years out of 5, regardless of what the council says the membership fee is, automatically his membership status is upgraded to a permanent member without need to pay any further payment in the future. Thank you very much.
So, if I may make a comment in that, we do apologies. The wording that we use is actually against the guiding principle that we laid out, which is we are all regular members. You don't need one membership status. It's not an upgrade of another status. Right? So if you're paying in installment, we recognize you as a regular member. The definition in the Constitution about payment of dues, it's not payment of the membership fee, it's a payment of the dues. So what is due at that point? The $25, not the $100. So this one is not in any way contravening the definition of a member in good standing, because what is due at that year is $25. So if you're paying your dues, you are a member in good standing. So meaning you're paying $25. So kaya yung namin na namin is this section.
This is a caveman's opinion. I think it's quite complicated to me. Why don't you just say $25 per year membership fee? And then, this is what the UP College of Medicine Alumni, US Alumni Association did. If you have been paying every year for 6 years, then you automatically become lifetime member, like an installment. It's not saying that you're going to pay 150 for the 6 years. You just pay, everybody pay $25 regardless. If somebody may want to be a member only 1 year or 2 years. I was forced by my wife to be a member. I'll pay 25, but next year I'm not going to pay. So just make it simple. Just one single payment, 25 per year, you're a member. That's it. Now if you pay every year, it has to be every year without paying for 6 years. Now it could be 4, 6 years, any year. And then there's nothing wrong with saying lifetime members. That means that you've been attending every year for 6 years, and you'll be rewarded for that by being given a lifetime membership.
Parang si Dr. Ong. Tama naman din yung B eh. Malinaw naman eh.
Can we read through the?
Malinaw naman eh.
Can we read again?
Can we read it again and let's try to
Semantic
understand?
So,
Letter B. Here.
So, letter B states, every member shall pay a fee of $100, which can be paid over 4 years with the required minimum yearly payment of $25. So, I think it's the same thing that what you have been discussing, because, like I said, the definition of a member in good standing is somebody who's paid his dues. And what is due for that year is the minimum yearly payment of $25, not $100. Because otherwise the Constitution have said men have paid the fees.
Which is due.
It's the due. What is due at that point is what has to be paid. That's I was not part of the working committee, but that's how I interpret the Constitution when it says dues as against fees. There's a distinction between the two. So, okay na po tayo, or you want to still propose amendment?
So, would you like to put this into a vote right now? Yes. Yeah. Can we restate it in the way it's understood? Every member should pay. Okay. Would it be better if we say? Sorry.
Can you use your mic, please?
Tapos na yung even if you try to catch up the following year, you may not, your intention is to remain a member. Circumstances force you not to be able to pay the second year, but you catched up on the second year, on the third year.
Just like in the house.
You have the option to give $25 on the year, cash out. Or maybe not on the third year, on the fourth year, catch up again. So kung talagang gusto mo mag-member na yung catch up ka, 25 is not hard enough. But there are circumstances which will prevent you from paying. Let's say we can Pilipinas, o nagbiyak ka, hindi ka nakakain. Or especially for those who are couples, mabigat din yun eh. $100, that means $100 is not valid. If you pay 50, pwede. Pero yung consecutive, mahirap din dahil meron circumstances within that year that will prevent you from paying your due for that year. Kaya we're trying to be considerate everybody. You've got an idea of paying, maybe stretching out to 4 years. No? You can pay 25 now, and then you skip the second year, you can pay 50, or you can pay 75 on the second year, for the financial status small. That is the main idea about it. So we you can accelerate. Yes, you can accelerate the first year. Yes, bago ka. Kasi nga, hindi naman sa millennials yung mga bagong
Hindi siya makapag-buy sa Facebook.
So, but we are trying to accommodate. Kasi kami mga OGs, ayaw na. Tapos na natin. I-ano mo na yung mga bago kasi, especially yung mga co-ops. Okay? Second year, wala kayo dito, nagpunta kayo sa States, hindi kayo Philippines, hindi nakabayan. Ma-for-profit naman. Kaya you have the ability to catch up here. Or even for years.
Apple ba yun?
Oo.
Ha?
Oo. Ito. Complete.
Hindi, ito.
Oh.
Dito apple. Mango.
Yung red sa ilalim. Yung red one.
It's just because we've been attending every year, since year, paying every year. We never really anticipated or think about it. We just attend every year. It's not because, oh, I'm going to full-time family a lifetime next year, celebrating the 6th year. No. But anyway, the main thing for me, what I'm saying is exactly $100 is not money. When I'm supposed to pay only $25 a year, I may not want to be a member after 2 years. Why should I?
It's your option. It's your option. If you don't want to pay second year, that's it. Yung 100 na yun, cut off na. You don't have to pay anything. Member ka na, you're in.
Forever. I think it's a statement fact of the membership fee is $100 as well. Why is it $100? $25. Unless you pay $100 for 4 years.
Yes, that's what it says here.
Actually, that's, if you really interpret it another way, it's really $25 a year for 4 years, totaling to 100. But if you miss 1 year, being very compassionate, we still allow you to make up your arrears the following year. So that's really what the proposal is all about. $25 a year for 4 years for membership, and after that, no more payment. But if you miss, let's say 1 year, like the second year you missed, you can still make up for it and pay your arrears. So you're given 4 years to complete payment of the 100. After that, you're done. Okay, yeah, because I'd like to acknowledge later, Steve, but
Just say plainly, membership fee $25 a year, okay? And then as an addendum, if you're able to pay within the period of 4 years, and you reach the amount of 100, then
your lifetime.
a regular member for life. Can we?
Okay, so I think we have enough discussion already on this, so we don't want to. So we have two proposals, and we will call it to a vote. So one proposal is the wording as is. The other proposal is to change it to every member shall pay a fee of $100, $25 a year, and
If you are able to pay.
if you're able to pay a total of $100 in 4 or 5 years?
4 years.
In
This is a proposal for 5 years.
5 years, you're considered fully paid. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the amendment.
Okay. Yes, we will state that.
Okay.
Lifetime, forever.
Regular.
Yeah, you're regular forever. Okay, can we go for a vote now? So we have two proposals here to vote on. One is the exact, what is stated here, which is every member shall pay a fee of 100, which can be paid over a period over 4 years with a required minimum yearly payment of $25. And the other one is
right here, tita. Teka lang. I'll copy. Teka lang. Yan.
And every member shall pay a fee of $100.
No, 25.
Of $25, which can be paid over 4 years with the required minimum year.
5 years.
5 years, sorry. Which okay. By the way, while they're changing the way it's typed here, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Steve Kumelan, one of our famous Filipino-Canadian actors of the film Islands, right? And he has been nominated as Best Supporting Actor in Canada's SAG Awards. So another UP alumni who's really making it in the entertainment and movie industry. So we're very proud of you, Steve, and thank you for coming to the AGM. I know you said you want to be active again. Thank you so much. So, Steve Gumilan, so you tried to watch Islands. It's in the movie house. I think it's gonna be showing Scarborough Town Center Cineplex.
Tita!
And Mississauga Town Center, when? Oh, showing until May 5. So everybody, try to support Steve and our other Filipino-Canadian actors. Okay? Thank you.
So I just wanted to acknowledge also 3 new members. Jason Benedictos.
Saan? Ayun!
Iya Parungo. And Chris
Maybe we should not use the word lifetime anymore.
Sige.
Upgrade
Regular.
to a fully paid, to a regular,
correct.
no, wala na.
I was
To a regular member.
told by Tito Maripi to say that the actual procedure is to vote on the motion the way it stands.
Yan ang importante.
And
No
then,
need for applying with that.
once it's approved, there's all... No, yeah. Somebody can propose an amendment to it.
Tama yan. Without need for further.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think tama na yan.
Sige po.
So,
Tito Alex, Kuya Alex, so ito yung ano, so ito na yung buong ito na yung buong proposal.
So, yan yung
Every member
amendment.
shall pay a fee of $25, which will be paid over 5 years. When a member maintains his membership status in good standing for 4 out of 5 consecutive years.
Okay, I know it's taking us a little bit of time, but I know this is very important. Ratification of the Constitution and violence is a serious matter. So I hope you're very patient about this because we'd like to accommodate all the bright suggestions and of our members. And we'd like to come up with something that I know we would be able to accept and support, right? In the long term, hindi lamang sa pamadalian. So hopefully, please be patient. We still have some things to go before we start our dinner and our socials. And our Consul General, Orontes V. Castro, is here. So he's also waiting to be able to speak to us and also do the off-taking. Okay.
So, ito na yung proposal.
Okay, so let's... I think the parliamentary procedures that we vote on the first proposal.
Yeah, you make a motion to pass the original proposal, and then somebody can raise a motion for a friendly amendment, and that's what we have to vote on. The amendment is what we're going to vote on.
Okay, so according to Maripi, the parliamentary procedures that we vote on the original proposal of the council, and then after it's...
No, we don't vote, we just...
We don't vote on the original, with the amendment.
Okay, we present the proposal, we discussed it, and then we vote on the amendment. Okay, all right. So can we read now the amended,
Sagala amendment.
the amendment that's made and proposed to us by a few of you members of the group. So the proposed amendment is, when a member maintains his membership status in good standing for 4 out of 5 consecutive years, his membership is automatically upgraded to second motion. So moved by Maripi, seconded by Fred Gamboa. So I'd like to ask all of you, for those who are supportive of the proposal of the motion, please, in favor, please raise your right hand. The amendment. Okay? Those who are in favor of the proposed amendment, please raise your right hand. Can somebody please, the way it's stated, which is again, when a member maintains his membership status in good standing for 4 out of 5 consecutive years, his membership is automatically upgraded to regular member without need for applying and without need to pay any further fees. Okay? Okay, now, anyone who's in favor, please raise your right hand.
Memcom, 45. 20. 23.
Okay, there is a question here. It does not state the amount.
Yeah.
You have to add the amount.
Yeah, the amount is immaterial in this particular proposal or amendment because the amount can be amended every year or as the time as the council, the sitting council decides at that time, right? So every year it doesn't tie the council to 25 or to anything that is written here. So every year or depends on the economic condition, the council at that time can decide what the fee is, right? So hindi tied up ang council sa 25, right? Okay? Yun lang ang point. Kaya hindi sinali ang 25 dito. Because then it gives flexibility to the council. Basta nagbayad ka ng 4, regardless whether it's $10, sinabi ng council $10 lang eh. Hindi magbayad ka ng 4 out of 5, pwede ka na. Swerte mo.
While we are all here, what do you guys suggest should be? Because I don't want it to be just the council. The council will still need the approval of the body to be able to mention how much it's going to be. Because in the bylaws,
you have a copy of the Constitution.
So
yung sa Constitution, you're not challenging that. Okay.
Okay.
So let's vote on that first.
I will vote on, okay, let's vote on this way it's stated right now, the amendment. And then the council, once it is approved, the council will meet and decide how much.
Yung proposal na change.
Okay, so, okay, now again, the proposed, the other one.
Okay, no.
When a member maintains his membership status in good standing for 4 out of 5 consecutive years, his membership is automatically...
Sorry.
One more. Yung sa 5.
5, 65? Okay.
65. Okay. So, let's vote on this first. If there's no amendment to this,
Vote on this constitutional amendment.
If that's what you
Fees are set in the bylaw.
so the motion, there's no motion. The proposed change to the Constitution is every member shall pay a membership fee to be determined by the council. First-time members shall be exempt.
Sorry.
first-time members to be exempt from the payment of fees on their first year of membership. So I think let's this to a vote.
Yeah, anyone in favor? Okay? All right.
Anyone against?
Anyone against? Okay, it's carried, it's carried. Okay, the next one.
Anyone abstaining?
Oh, anyone abstaining? Raise your hand. So it's carried. So it's been accepted and voted on by the membership for that proposal to be approved. Okay. So now we go into this. When a member maintains his membership status in good standing for 4 out of 5 consecutive years, this member is automatically upgraded to regular member without need for applying and without need to pay any further fees. So,
Can I make an amendment to the amendment? Because as I said earlier, we don't want to make any distinction in the membership. When you say upgraded, it means that one membership status is lower than the other.
Consider.
One long statement and there's no membership without need for
automatically becomes a regular member. So let's remove the word upgraded.
Walang lifetime.
Wala nang lifetime. We're removing the term lifetime to remove the distinction. Okay, let's get this going. Okay, can we get the vote in favor? In favor? Okay, anyone in favor? May question pa kayo? Yeah.
I was just wondering the way you stated that if I pay for $25, I'm not a regular member. The way it's stated. Yeah. It's discriminatory. Discriminatory. Okay.
His membership is automatically become.
Just remove regular member. Does not have to.
Okay, so okay, there's a lot of questions concerning this, and it's taking us a long time to really figure this out. It's okay, right? Yeah, because but I do understand what Rosario's point is. Okay, so if
Without need to pay any further fees.
So we can take this out.
okay, let's think about this first. Okay. It's actually a question of terminology and the way it's phrased, but we kind of understand what it is that we want to happen, right? It's really just coming up with the right phrase. Yes.
Yan. Ganyan,
Okay.
yan.
Okay.
Yan.
Can we go back to, why don't we do the election?
Ito na, tapusin na natin.
Okay, while we are... Okay, so I would like to read again the amendment to the amendment. When a member maintains his... Guys, everybody, will you listen? So that we can go ahead and finish this. When a member maintains their membership status in good standing for 4 out of 5 consecutive years, they will not need to pay any further fees. Okay? Those in favor? Drum roll.
Okay. Apapos ko yan dahil walang babayaran.
Those who are not in favor?
May nakita ka bang babayaran?
Those who would like to abstain?
Wala.
So, the general membership has approved approved on the motion, the amendment is carried. Yay! Thank you very much, everybody. I know this is a UP group, and we expect this to happen. And I like it because it makes us really passionate, interested, and questioning, critical thinking. That is very characteristic of UP alumni. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it was Helen Yaya.
We're done with it. Now we go to the next item on the agenda. We'll try to make it fast. Our food is here. Okay? So,
I think
I'd like to first,
but they're tying it to the
the next item on the agenda
Talk to her kasi,
is actually a recognition of the outgoing council members. And I know that we have only a few here that we need to recognize. But you know, their term has already ended. So we'd like to call on Diana Roldan. Please give Diana Roldan. But Diana, although she's not anymore in public council, said that she will still co-chair the socials and events committee.
Teka, Diana!
Was completed 6 years. Served the council for 6 years. And May last year said that she would still chair the Education and Awareness Committee. We have also recognition for Leia Mascarinas and Monsoles and Janet Tagaza, but they're not here right now. Please give them a hand. Thank you. Now I'd like to give the floor to our Comelec, headed by
Gusto talaga nilang be consistent by the number
and also
when members
Daisy
meeting.
Bernabé. Esther is not here with us right now.
Hello. Okay. We will make this will be a very, very brief thing. Luckily for all of us, there are only 5 nominees. So wala tayong election. Next slide. And we are very thankful for all the 5 who decided to step up to the plate. And in terms of, as a part of the Comelec, we were 3 in the committee. Myself and Daisy Bernabé, a long-time member, and Esther Toribio, who was unable to come tonight. But first communion daw nung ako, kaya. But at the same time, the 5 of them, you may or may not know them, but
Tita, by
unfortunately,
presentation.
3 of them are not here.
Tell them.
But they have valid reasons for not being here. It wasn't easy. Well, with the presence of the young ones coming in, we hope that in 2-3 years' time, we will be up here as nominees also. Okay? So, and as you saw the proceedings today, you can be proud of being a UP Alumni Association member because there is something going on. It's not just a social club. We have, with the reports of the committee members, you see what we're doing. And you're part of that association, so we encourage you to be an active member, a passionate member in fact, no? Hindi lang member. And do your part. Kasi, as you see in this group, nandito yung mga oldies, except for the last table, they're mga bata-bata pa. But, and then you are the young generation, except for Mary B there. But she is the wisdom, okay? And Guy over there. But at the same time, our association is a mix. No? And I'm happy to say that the oldies are here to still continue sharing their wisdom, their experience. And you, the young breed, are coming in, so there is hope that the association will continue for a long, long time. No? Okay. As the oldies go. Thank you. So, the 5 who accepted the nomination are the following. Patrick Alcedo.
Thank you.
We know him. Very known artist. And we know that he can give a very good contributions to our association. He is in the Philippines right now for prior commitments, but he already has a claim
he accepted the nomination, because even if you're acclaimed, you still have to go back to them to make sure that they are okay, because they can still decline. The second one, this is in order of alphabetical order. The second one is Norma Bernal. Chief Economist, National Economic Development Authority, NEDA, in the Philippines. Yes. Research Fellow, Philippine Institute of Development Studies. Instructor, Lecturer of Development Economics, Department of Economics, Brock University, St. Catharines. And we won't continue anymore, but very qualified. All our nominees are very qualified. The third one is Vivian Rotilla de la Cruz.
Stand. Give a, pagsalitain natin. Pagsalitain natin. Come here.
Hindi ka ready?
Anong hindi ready?
Ito yung speech mo.
So my name is Vivian de la Cruz. I'm known as Queen V. No, it's my first annual general meeting. Thank you. It's nice seeing all of you. I've met some in the Mono event, and because of that, the Agnes has nominated me today. So, Gretchen pala. Okay, so I'm from Mass Communications Broadcasting. I graduated in 1996. 13 years here in Canada. I'm very good in social media. I have an online talk show. I have, what else do I do? I have a show on FTV, Filipino television. It's called Shine, where we feature Filipino immigrants who rose from the ranks. So, I think you must have judged Pagtakan. What else? And I know marami akong kumukulis. You're also in Islands.
Yes.
Oh, I am also in Islands. Tita, ako po yung makulit na tita doon. Channel niya. Oh. So thank you. Manood po kayo ng Islands. Please, hanggang May 5 pa yun. Ano pa ba? Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a top 2% of my company. I'm not gonna mention that. I am a mindset mastery coach as well. I am finishing to become a certified nutrition coach, focusing on gut health, because I want to help. That's what I'm saying in my platform, because you're doing Zumba, right? So, and me, I've struggled with my health. That's why I enrolled in a certified nutrition coach program where we use food as medicine, and I think that I'll be posting on our Facebook group fast so that we can, whether we're old or young, we can still help them. And what else? Health. What was the other platform? Oh my gosh. Yeah, mindset. Too many newcomers. It's like when we were new before. That's my husband, by the way. Say hi. Yeah, he wanted to be against kanina, but sabi ko hindi ka pwede, hindi ka taga-UP. So, when newcomers here get discouraged because they couldn't find the jobs that they want, gusto nang bumalik. Isa na ako doon. After 5 years of being here, I didn't want to be in Canada anymore because syempre back home in the Philippines, right? Di pa tayo mag-graduate, may work na naghihintay sa atin. So, thankfully, I encountered my business and doon nag-focus on the government about mindset. And I know that I can help people to stay the course, stay where they are, be tenacious, because in the end, diba, the end goal will be received naman. So, ano pa ba? Last ko ay, engagement. So, if you're seeing videos already, dun sa anak ko po yun. Nasa church kasi nanay niya ako, yung intern ninyo, so that I believe that videos are more interactive and people are more engaged, and I believe that if more people will get to attend AGMs natin or events natin, there's more engagement, there's more participation, there's more chances of winning, there's more chances to have solidarity in the UPAAT family. Because I think when I was new, I wasn't even aware that there were events before. So I think that's one of the things that we're going to zero in pala, tingnan how we can reach them. Various ages, yes, and visibility too. So with the support naman, I'm sure support naman lahat, right? The more of us working together, the more people we will reach. Yun na po!
Hindi pa siya ready to talk. Kung pinag-ready pala natin, delikado din yun, no? Thank you. You're the queen bee talaga. And, okay, so very well said, testimonial. For those who are coming in fresh, don't be discouraged if you're not able to get back to your profession right away. There is always a road to that. For as long as you have your goal, there's a strategy, you'll attain what you want. So the next nominee, the next acclaim, would be Nova Reliosa de Leon. She's not here. She is not here. So she's a mother and she's moving out her daughter from university. And alam niyo naman yun dito, pagka sinabing 1 hour after your final exam, you have to move out. You have to move out of the dorm or your residence. Otherwise, nasa pasada yung gamit mo. So she has to be with her daughter in Kingston. Okay. Okay, or Ottawa, somewhere there. So, but do we have her? Yeah. Yes. Nova Reliosa. She's a very active community leader. Yeah. Very well spoken, and I think she will be an asset to the council and to the association. Yes. And then, well, Yona Mercurio Harvey. She is there.
I'm not prepared with anything also. Time me. Just a little bit of an introduction. I came to Canada in 1993, just after graduation from University of the Philippines, Baguio City, with a degree in mass communications, journalism. And when I arrived here, I couldn't find a job in journalism, so I actually went to Ryerson for magazine journalism, the certificate. Right now, I've published a few stories in Toronto Star and Globe and Mail, and I have a website that I'm about to launch for Filipinos called Mabuhay Canada. And so it will be a combination of Filipino news, services for newcomers, shopping links to online businesses for Filipino-owned businesses, and a connection. So like a listing of like groups like UPAAT. So I've been with the UPAAT for about since the pandemic. Because I'm like, I never used to join because I live in Kingston. Now I live in Belleville. And during the pandemic, I was like, okay, I can join UPAAT because everything is on Zoom. So I joined and I really love it, and I appreciate all of you and looking forward to serving all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yona. So, you see the future of the association, right? Bright future. And also for our honored guest today, Conjen, you can see how the UPAA can help the consulate here in Toronto. Okay, so these are the assets. So we will have the oath taking now or later. Now, this Conjen is here. Okay, so these are your candidates, not candidates, your acclaimed members of the new council.
So I would like to, all the 5 nominees are now acclaimed, and I'd like to call everybody, all the members of the council, to please come forward, because none of us actually has taken our oath of office because of the pandemic. So I'd like to call Chito, Gretchen, Anna Flo, Joseph, Yuna, of course, Vivian, Alex, okay, and then so I'd like everybody to please stand here in front. Did I miss anybody? Chito, come up here, facing the...
Before I administer the oath of office, sige, you continue. I'll just give my very short message. As you may know, for an UP graduate like me, one cannot help be old and admire UP graduates. I've been to the best institutions in the Philippines. I work in a student company when I started earlier, and I met him at the time, UP, Rizal, Ateneo. Now at SGB company, there's only one graduate from UP because I graduated from the University of the East. And he's the last, I may say, the last of the Mohicans. Kaklase ko siya, he's now the chairman of SGB. After him, I looked on the rosters of the partners, all graduates of UP. And one good thing is, through the years, I've seen, I entered the VFA, one of the Philippine government institutions of the Philippine government, and I saw and met, and in the process, during interagency meetings, very good excellent graduates of the University of the Philippines. Siguro, it's really true that you were among the and we continue to show it. In fact, the UP council members, as I was looking at them earlier, sabi mo kanina, they are the assets now of UPAAT, and I would say also na like what Ms. Agnes and your president has said in a letter to me, in a letter of invitation, she mentioned about the continuing partnership, which is true. Even during the time of the pandemic, patuloy yung pagtutulungan ng UPAAT and the consulate. In fact, your association is one among those recipients of the Constituent Awards last year. Sabi ko, itago din yan kasi 500 years na ulit ng it will take another 500 years to see one. But UPAAT is one of the most deserving recipients of the award. Because during last year, kung makikita nyo, even in our website, I instructed our communications officer not to erase the several webinars that we had with the UPAAT, the Early History of the Philippines, and most especially, I think the best one that we had so far was the Filipino Women through the Centuries, where Miss Agnes Manasan was our moderator. It was well presented, and it showed that women in the Philippines doesn't need to break the glass ceiling. Because from the very beginning pala, you were there on top, no? You were there on top and actively supporting and you have an active role in creating our present Philippine state, no? A political curve for our country. So malaki na itulong sa bansa natin, and you continue to help our country. In fact, I would name some of them, Dr. Ellen Valderrama. I would like to ask you to lead our floor. Because she was instrumental during, kasi this year we had 2 high-level delegations. Sabi ko nga, ang hirap talaga dito sa Toronto. 2 high-level delegations that we received, led by the Secretary or Minister of Labor of the Philippines, and the other one by the Commission on Higher Education. Oh my! Ang galing-galing ni Sellers. He was able to and have an agreement between the Commission on Higher Education and MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with New York University. And yung 7 top outside of Manila top state universities, they intend to sign an MOU individually with your university. Through Ms. Ellen. Also, I think as for earlier, Dr. Mary Rose, I would like to recognize her also, no? She has been helping several countries and also the Philippines through her value science projects. And I would report to you, I was waiting earlier about Dr. Patrick. He had been, I think, previous to me. I don't want to mention up. He had been nominated for a presidential award, but I was lucky he got it. We had 3 in Toronto. One is the one who had the, the monument of the Provincial. Councilor Chu. Alex Chu. And I think 3 years sila, they have been premially nominated. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened before, but last year, sabi ko, we will make the recommendations. We would put everything in the recommendation. And the 2 of them were granted and were approved to receive the Commission on Filipinos Overseas Presidential Awards from the President of the Philippines. That's why maybe Dr. Patrick is I think just because of the election, they did not schedule the awarding of the awards, but these are the 2 distinguished individuals and 1 organization from our area. So you will see how UP graduates have been excelling on your respective professions. And not only that, no? In fact, some of you have been doing your excellent works in your advocacies, like the likes of Dr. Mendelos, no? That's one of her advocacies, to bring science to the provinces, no? And Dr. Mendelos. And I met many of you before, and one thing that struck me was your scholars. I attended it, I think, in 2019, December, your annual general membership also, and Christmas party. I think you're among the first that I attended in organization. So that's one routine you continue to make, and at the same time, help students, deserving students from the Philippines. In fact, some of them are here. I saw some of them when you inducted them at that time. And congratulations to the UPAAT for your excellent job and for your excellent accomplishments. Anyway, I will now undertake, administer the oath of office of the council members of the University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Toronto. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your full name, having been elected as, please state your position, of the University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Toronto, do hereby solemnly pledge allegiance to my alma mater, that I will faithfully perform the duties and responsibilities of my position to the best of my ability and support all alumni activities and programs that will benefit the Alumni Association and the members in particular, that I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the UP Alumni Association of Toronto, that I will further pledge to exemplify the ideals of my alma mater to render positive service to the UP community, the Filipino-Canadian community, and our nations, Canada and the Philippines, and to bring honor and respect to the University of the Philippines, that I finally shall impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily and without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations to you all. Anyway, before I close, there is an ongoing overseas voting. I hope you will continue to participate. We will close the precinct on May 9. Continue to send your inquiries, your questions about the process. If you are an overseas registered voter, through our dedicated email address, ovs@philcongen-toronto.com, and we will answer immediately to that email address. So continue to send your questions, and please participate. This is once every 6 years, and this involves election of our national leaders for the president, two the vice president, the 12 senators, and one party list representative. Don't overvote, because if you overvote, the machine will not count it. And I'm happy to report to you that the Toronto consulate, we have not so far encountered any problem, no? So far, we have not received any complaints, and we have had, I think, 2 town meetings with Contra Daya Party, composed of Bayan Muna, Migrante, Lenny, I think, yung Lenny Group, and kasama po doon. And also another meeting with Federal, I think, party in the Philippines. So, yun. So we continue to engage also the poll watchers and the media, members of the media. Kasi gusto namin na it will be a transparent, objective, and open electoral process. So, any questions, just let us know if you have some. And congratulations again to the UPAAT. Isa na lang, no? I thought I will never see I don't know what happened. Isa na lang, no? I thought I will never see a Filipino to be, in all my postings, to be elected in national positions. But very recently we have had MP Richie Balres. So I hope UPAAT, I'm not campaigning, but I always say when I meet several politicians, Canadian, they come to the consulate. Nagugulat sila ang kasama ko kasi we have had several MPPs and MPs coming in the consulate now. Iba-ibang color sila, I think because of election. But sometimes after they left, sometimes if you're in my position, sometimes you feel sad because I was hoping na Filipino yung rin ko, except with MP Richie Balres. I'm giving the challenge to you all, since you have been leading for so many years now our quest for national identity and need to be there, no? Kasi sabi ko naman, we coming on the opportunity. Maybe tomorrow I may be gone, no? But our effort or efforts will always be there. Sabi ko, we will bring you the platform. Ipapaalam natin, kami will do our best na ma-mainstream yung mga projects and bring it there. Ang sabi ko naman, it will be yun na. Kasi bawal na sa amin mag-campaign doon. Nandun na kayo, I think you're there already. So our challenge now is lead the effort na we increase our political representation in the federal, provincial, and city governments. Kasi it will be easier. Like in our case of credentials recognition, maingay tayo ngayon, no? Lahat nagpapa-interview kami din about credentials recognition. And UPAAT is among the organizations na really supporting us on this. So, it will be easy. Like the nurses, last February, sabi ko, iisa lang ang member sa council because they have a policy making body sa College of Nurses of Ontario. That's the ones that supervises the nursing profession in the province of Ontario. So sabi ko, isa lang na natin, magpa-elect pa kayo. So we have 2 now. And you won majority votes. 500 yun din sa kanya, 300 votes. At Japanese Canadian. So sabi ko, ipakita ninyo, you have the cloud, you have the numbers, and the Filipinos have the numbers. That's why yung competition nila sa amin sa social media, because they know very unique in ating position. Unlike the Canadian consulate, the Indonesian consulate generally here, the honorary consulate of Singapore and Malaysia, they don't have their community here. But us, we have here. So our challenge is increase the political representation there. I really, sabi ko na kaibigan tomorrow, but that's our legacy, and that's your legacy, and that's our challenge to you all. And good luck to you.
It's okay.
So we ask everybody to go to the stage, please. Those who are vertically challenged can go up on the stage. Vertically challenged individuals only.
Pwede hawakan natin yung banner. the meeting. So we just have one last item. Rex, come here. Can you turn off the projector, Rex? No, we will just Photoshop the UP. We Photoshop out the banner in UP. Okay? Yeah, turn it off. Just cover it, madam. Oh, yes. Great job. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Can I ask for the last part of the program for neighbors and Diana to please come and give us the closing remarks? Yes, because we need to thank a lot of people. Diana.
Doctor and initial encounter. PR. Okay, tingnan natin.
Okay, everyone, for the closing remarks, we just want to thank everyone for coming. We also want to congratulate the new council members, Noah, Vivian, Norma, Patrick, and Yona.
Would also like to thank all the council members. Maraming po yan po tulong, especially our president, Ms. Vanessa. Let's give her a big hand, everyone. She got the council going, mahabay messenger communication yan. Thank you, Rachel. Of course, Tito Rex. I'd like to thank Tito Rex for yung audiovisual natin po na siya put together the videos and the PowerPoint presentation. Tito Rene Sevilla for reserving the venue and photography. Joseph and Lorley for catering. Masarap yung pagkain natin mamaya. The Common Chair, Tita Diana Gamboa, Esther Toribio, Tita Daisy Bernabe, and that's it, I think.
We will also be helped by some social committee members later on for the dinner and social committee. But we'll hand it over to the others.
Thank you so much, Rose and Diana. And also, before we declare the meeting adjourned, I just wanted to mention that Alice and Ronnie Herrera are here today because they're indisposed. But I would like to really acknowledge and recognize the help that she's been giving towards the entire year as an ex-officio president. She's been very helpful in the same way that I've been supported by the past presidents here and their spouses. You do not have an idea how grateful I am to all of you. And of course, the members of the UPAAT Council and the volunteers, like Pat Ramirez and everybody who really helped us get this program going and all the programs that we did the entire year. So thank you so much, everybody. I would like to invite everybody to stay because we still have some social activity, we have dinner, and some games that Diana and the Socialist Committee prepared. So I declare the annual general meeting 2022 adjourned. What time is it?
Also, as a reminder, everyone, we're still selling UPAAT masks. It's 2 for
Pinirmahan ba yun?
$25, 3 for $35, 1 for $15.
Awan, ballpen ko.
Per mask.
Sino pa ibibigay? May ballpen ka?
If you don't buy a UP mask, you cannot go and eat. Okay? Because
you have to wear a mask when you go to the food table. That's a serious one. You have to wear a mask when being served at the table. And you can still wear your mask when you eat if you want. That's up to you.
Ito, dito.
You look at the screen and yung ano na po.
Hindi pa, malapit na. Kasi inihintay ko.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go by table. So if you look at your table, we'll go by the table numbers, okay? And since there's no table numbers, no one will eat. Okay, so if we can have everybody see